So I just saw Mojave. It has Oscar Isaac in it. Yeah. So, Mojave, what is it about? What is Mojave about? Well, it's about this guy played by Garrett Hedlund, who I'm not sure what he is. I know he works in Hollywood in this movie. He's either a writer or director, or he's not the producer. I don't think it ever says what he really is or what he does. But anyway, he's a man that has everything but doesn't know what he wants anymore, and yeah, so he goes to the desert to either find himself, commit suicide. I don't know. It doesn't really say what he goes into the desert for, but he goes in the desert, and this drifter finds him, played by Oscar Isaac, and then, yeah, bad stuff happen. Yeah, Mojave doesn't have a lot going for it. It has some good things I can say about it, such as the two central performances by Oscar Isaac and Garrett Hedlund. They were both good. I'm also a huge fan of Oscar Isaac's performances, and I thought he did a really good job in this movie, but it's a movie that didn't deserve his good performance. And even though there is some commentary throughout the film about the Hollywood lifestyle, it could have a message of how it's very empty and just soulless, but at the same time it just really takes away from the film, and it's not handled with the greatest of care or effectiveness. Ultimately, a lot of this movie is a complete bore. The trailer makes it look like it's going to be absolutely thrilling, but it really doesn't have many thrilling elements to it. It's just really slow, like worse than slow-paced thriller slow. And while Oscar Isaac's character is a character that I actually kind of liked, mainly because of his really great performance, I found the main character really terrible. Maybe it was meant to be that way, but at the same time I really couldn't quite grasp any care for our main character. Boo-hoo, he's a man that has everything but somehow is not happy. Ugh.
When you get what you want, what do you want?
Ugh, God. It just made me irritated with the character almost right away. Even when he first meets Oscar Isaac, I feel like he was the dumb one. The main character was the one that started it all. I mean, sure, later on it turns out that Oscar Isaac really is crazy and he was right to beat up Oscar Isaac, but at the first time they meet, like, he beats up Oscar Isaac with very little evidence on him being a bad guy. So, like, through the first half of the movie, I felt like our main character is really the antagonist. Oh, and this is also the thriller that doesn't really like to show a lot of things, like major character deaths or how a car crashes. Yeah, that's the original cut. It just cuts to him driving and then cuts to the car on its side already, or the Jeep, and not quite sure how it crashed. Oh, Mark Wahlberg is in this movie as the producer, and
you know who I am? Huh? I own half a clam shack in Howardsport! I collect because of my background as a fucking teamster! I don't fucking need any of you! Pieces of shit!
and Walter Goggins is in it too.
Take a left, take a right. We're all fucked anyway.
I'm not sure who he plays, if he's a lawyer or what. I don't know. I didn't really get what job he had in this movie. But anyway, both of them are completely wasted in this film. This is also a movie that is very contradictory with itself. Like, it tries to be really smart, it tries to be intellectual and have these conversations, and at times, yeah, it is smart, And there are moments where characters are doing smart things where it's like, wow, they didn't have to explain it, then they didn't, and it makes total sense why these characters are doing it. Like, they're very smart about certain things throughout the movie that other people would be dumb about, other movies would be dumb about. But then other movies that would be smart about certain things, like character motivations and stuff, are really, really dumb in this movie. Like, it's a movie trying to be smart, and sometimes it is smart, but then other times it's like the dumbest things you could ever imagine in a movie. And so it tries to be intellectual and it tries to bring meaning and stuff, and it just comes off as really dumb as well. Now, this movie is just really boring. It's not as thrilling as you would like it to be. There's some good performances, but other performances are completely wasted in the film. And while I can see some of the purpose for this film into satiring Hollywood lifestyle, it just really doesn't work as well as it should. I'm going to give Mojave 1 star. So, have you seen Mojave? What did you think about it? Go ahead and comment below. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My Opinion.